Beneath the endless surface of the Pacific Ocean, where sunlight fades into blue silence, there is a voice that should not exist. It rises from the depths like a question too lonely for an answer, echoing through thousands of miles of cold water. For over 3 decades, scientists have heard it, chased it, and yet, no one has ever seen the creature that makes it. They call it the 52 Hertz Whale, being defined not by its size, or color, or shape, but by a sound. A sound so different, so painfully unique, that no other creature on Earth seems able to hear it. In a world of whales that speak in frequencies of 20 or 25 Hertz, this lone signal vibrates at 52, an octave higher, standing apart in the vast, sonorous darkness of the sea. Somewhere in the Pacific, this mysterious singer moves alone. Its path crosses ancient migration routes shared by generations of blue whales and fin whales, yet it is never accompanied, never answered. The ocean around it carries the calls of others, but its own song belongs to no one else. It is like a message cast into eternity, received only by the instruments of humankind. Every year, deep-sea microphones laid down by the U.S. Navy for submarine detection pick up this peculiar sound. It begins softly, traveling through thousands of meters of dense water, bouncing from one layer to another. It is haunting, slow, rhythmic, like a chant calling through a world without light. When first discovered, it puzzled scientists who could not match it to any known species. They listened again and again. The pattern was unmistakable, a whale-esque call, yet not quite right. Too fast for a blue whale, too low for a smaller kind. The signal remained constant across seasons, its frequency unchanging, as if carried by the same creature year after year. It moved steadily along the same routes, hinting at a living being, intelligent and persistent, hidden beneath the waves. What makes this story so haunting is not just the sound itself, but the silence surrounding it. Every other whale call on Earth travels among its kind. Blue whales sing in low rumbling tones that stretch for hundreds of miles, fin whales respond with mournful echoes. They find each other using their songs. But the 52 Hertz whale sings into emptiness. Its call drifts outward, unheard, unanswered, lost. No diver has seen it. No ship's radar has traced its shape. No photograph or video has confirmed what it looks like. It exists only as sound, a vibration on a recording, a ghost in the data of the sea. Yet for scientists, and for anyone who has ever felt the weight of isolation, that ghost feels deeply familiar. The ocean, in its infinite mystery, has given us a mirror of loneliness. Imagine being the only one of your kind. Imagine calling into the darkness every day, reaching for connection, and hearing nothing in return. That is what many believe this whale has done for over 30 years. Its song, bright and aching, is the most isolated voice ever recorded on Earth. Whenever its frequency appears in the hydrophone networks, the researchers mark it with awe and sadness. It wasn't discovered by accident. In the final years of the Cold War, Navy stations along the Pacific were listening for enemy submarines. What they heard instead was nature's deepest symphony, the conversations of whales, the thunder of underwater earthquakes, and, among them, this strange, lonely tone. Scientists at first thought it might be an instrument malfunction. It took months of verification to confirm it was alive. The 52 Hertz call moved across thousands of miles, a creature traveling from the North Pacific toward the coast of California, then returning north again. Always the same direction, always the same rhythm. The creature behind it was consistent, determined, and alone. No other whale joined its migration, even though its path mirrored that of others. The ocean, for all its life, remained a solitary home for this being. Over the years, the tone itself became a kind of legend. Researchers began to refer to the caller affectionately as he. Perhaps it was male, they guessed, seeking a mate whose ears could never detect his presence. Or perhaps she, lost in an ocean filled with voices that could never harmonize with hers. It didn't matter, what mattered was the feeling. Humanity had projected its own solitude into that singular, unseen creature. The story spread beyond marine laboratories into books, films, and songs. People began to write letters to the whale, calling it a symbol of misunderstood souls, of artists, dreamers, and wanderers who felt unheard in a crowded world. Even though the whale would never know, its voice became the most famous sound of the deep, a song that spoke across species boundaries to the human heart. But scientifically, the mystery remains unsolved. Why does it sing at that strange frequency? Whales are born into families of sound, each species communicating in a narrow band of vibration suited to its size and habitat. For a creature to sing out of range is like a human being born with a voice that the world cannot comprehend. It breaks the rules of nature and yet, it persists. Some researchers have suggested the whale may be a hybrid between a blue whale and a fin whale. Both are massive, powerful swimmers whose sounds overlap, though never at such a high pitch. A hybrid could inherit a mixed anatomy of the vocal tract, producing a frequency unlike either parent. But even that theory leaves questions. Why, then, has it never been seen by survey ships or remote cameras, despite decades of tracking? Others believe it might simply be a malformed individual, its vocal cords damaged or uniquely shaped. A birth defect, perhaps, that forced it to sing differently and in so doing, left it cursed to wander unheard. This explanation feels tragically poetic, almost too fitting for the creature's legend. Yet science demands evidence, and evidence remains stubbornly absent. Each winter, as the oceans cool, networks of hydrophones light up with the bass songs of blue whales. Fin whales join in with quick, pulsing rhythms. Amid these voices, once or twice a season, the 52 Hertz sound appears. It lasts only moments. Then it vanishes again into the background of endless water, leaving only questions behind. Did it pass by quickly? Did it survive another year? Is it still out there at all? The sound has never shifted frequency, suggesting the same individual has been alive for decades. Most whales live between 40 and 90 years, and so the timeline matches perfectly with one creature's lifespan. For researchers who have followed it their entire careers, the whale's annual reappearance is like a friend returning from the edge of the unknown. When the sensors pick up that familiar tone, a quiet cheer passes through the labs. The loneliest creature on Earth still lives. And yet, its invisibility endures. The ocean is enormous beyond comprehension. Even with satellites, sonar grids, and robotic drones, more than 80% of it remains unexplored. A single whale, even one the size of a bus, could swim forever without crossing a camera's gaze. The depths of 5 miles are too dark, too cold, and too vast for human reach. Somewhere down there, the whale continues its unseen pilgrimage. In quiet moments, those who study it imagine what it must feel. Perhaps it calls because some internal instinct commands it to. Maybe it doesn't know it is different. Maybe, in its own mind, the ocean is full of voices, all sounding at 52 Hertz. Or maybe, in the deep and endless night, it knows the truth that no echo ever returns. That each call fades into nothing. And yet, it keeps singing. That perseverance, that refusal to stop calling, is what captures the human heart. Because in that whale-esque story, we see our own. We live surrounded by billions of voices, yet so often feel unheard. We send signals, messages, songs, dreams out into a vast world, hoping someone will understand. The 52 Hertz whale becomes a reflection of that universal experience, an embodiment of longing and connection. In time, scientists gave the creature a code name, 52 Blue. It became both a symbol of field research and an emotional emblem for listeners who found comfort in its mystery. Books were written about it. Documentary teams searched the ocean, hoping to glimpse its shadow or record its call firsthand. None succeeded in seeing it, but every expedition came back changed. They spoke of awe, of the humbling realization that nature still holds secrets far beyond our reach. Even the Navy, long after its military purpose faded, began to release its archival recordings for study. In those tapes, the lonely song appears again and again, persistent, regular, hauntingly consistent. The sound waves form a simple pattern, a rise, a fall, a pause, then repetition. It is a lullaby from a world most of us will never see. The ocean keeps the rest of its story buried under layers of silence. Many ask why humanity cares so much about a single whale it has never seen. The answer lies within the sound itself. Among the chaotic noise of the sea storms, currents, tectonic groans, and countless animal voices, this one tone is pure. It cuts through everything. It is distinct, unwavering, alive. To hear it is to realize that somewhere in that darkness, one creature still hopes to be heard. We may never meet it, never learn its face or name. But that doesn't make it less real. Sound travels farther than sight in the ocean, and sometimes that is enough. The whale-esque story is not about what we know, but what we feel. It reminds us that even in isolation, the act of reaching out matters. Every frequency, every vibration, every whispered cry touches something, somewhere. Tonight, as waves roll endlessly across the Pacific, that same call might still be echoing beneath us. At 52 Hertz, faint but steady, it crosses valleys of darkness where no light has ever reached. It winds between underwater mountains, drifts under glacier, and travels far beyond our comprehension. No one answers, but it keeps calling the voice of a creature we cannot find, yet cannot forget. The 52 Hertz whale is more than a scientific mystery. It is an emotional truth wrapped in biology and sound. It is the ocean reminding us that the unknown is not empty, it is alive. That even the loneliest voice can fill the largest silence. And so, long after human listeners drift to sleep, somewhere in the dark, the song continues slow, distant, and forever unheard. The sound that echoed through the depths was unlike anything anyone had ever heard before. It was a voice that rose high above the usual low and rumbling tones of the ocean's largest creatures. It was a melody out of place, daring to exist where no other whale-esque song had ever dared to go. It defied expectations, broke the rules, and refused to conform to the familiar patterns of whale communication. Scientists listened again and again, trying to decipher what this strange call meant. At first, they thought it might be a malfunction, a strange interference, or a fleeting noise in the vast ocean. But as the recordings accumulated, patterns emerged, persistent, rhythmic, undeniably alive. It was a call that remained steady over years, unaltered by the seasons or the changing environment. That certainty only deepened the mystery. They noted the pitch, precisely at 52 Hz, much higher than typical blue whale calls at 20 or 25. They measured the tone's rhythm, its pauses, its repetitions. Every detail pointed to one thing: this was a living creature. It was calling just like any other whale, yet nothing about it fit the familiar mold. No one knew where it was, or what it looked like, or even if it was a single animal or a small group. All they had was that lonely, haunting call drifting through the endless water. What made this call especially perplexing was its frequency. It was so unusual that it couldn't be shared with any known whale species. A blue whale's song at 20 Hz could travel thousands of miles across the ocean, reaching distant populations and forming a dialogue over vast distances. But this higher pitch, so out of sync with the common, was unreachable by other whales. They simply could not hear it, not in the way they hear their own kind's calls. It was like a voice in a language no other creature could interpret. Policymakers and military researchers, initially tracking submarine signals, had stumbled upon something extraordinary. That was many years ago. They thought they might have been hearing the noise of a malfunctioning engine or some bizarre underwater disturbance. But as more recordings appeared, it became clear this was no machine. It was alive. It was calling. It was trying to be heard. One scientist, working late into the night in a quiet laboratory, described the sound as haunting. A slow, steady song that seemed to carry a wish for connection across the deep silence. It was a voice that, somehow, carried all the loneliness of a soul searching for echoes in the darkness. The more they listened, the more they felt the weight of its solitude. This was a being with a story deep beneath the waves, a story hidden within the frequencies of its song. The sound inspired many questions. Could this be an entirely new species, a previously unknown whale that had somehow evolved to a different sound? Could it be a mutation, a genetic departure from the norm? Or was it something even stranger, a relic from a different time, a survivor of an extinct lineage that still managed to whisper its existence in this one voice? The questions were endless, and the ocean refused to answer. As the years passed, the sound continued to be recorded year after year. It traveled with the currents, a constant reminder of life in one of Earth's least understood realms. The recordings painted a picture of a creature wandering alone through the vastness. A creature that refused to be silenced, that persisted in calling across the darkness, seeking what no one knew. Its tone was steady, unwavering, a lone beacon in the silence. Scientists tried to imagine what such a creature might look like. Was it massive, like the blue whale, or smaller, like a dolphin? Did it have a shape known to science, or was it something entirely different, perhaps a malformed anomaly, a creature with strange vocal cords that produced this unique pitch? No clear evidence had ever emerged. No photograph, no sighting, only that singular sound. The questions grew heavier with each passing year. Did it call because it was lonely? Or because it was marking territory? Or perhaps, simply because that was its natural way of speaking, born with a voice that no other whale could hear? Maybe it lived in hidden realms of the ocean, places where light cannot reach, a secret world that only the sound could glimpse. In those depths, existence itself seemed uncertain. The sound's unwavering pattern was both tragic and beautiful. It was as if the creature had learned that the only way to reach others was through its own voice, a voice that no one could respond to, a message cast across the endless, empty sea. It was a plea for connection that echoed in the silent vastness, a lonely song in a world that had no one to reply. That persistent call became an emblem of aching solitude, a whisper of hope lost in the depths. Researchers pondered whether some unseen part of the ocean carried its song farther than the hydrophones could reach. Perhaps other sensors, farther away or buried deep under ocean layers, might someday record its call. The ocean is a frontier of endless mysteries, vast and slow, hiding secrets that can remain unknown for generations. The whale, in its silent loneliness, symbolized that vast unknown, an echo of our own yearning to connect, to be seen, to be understood. Every year, the recordings captured a fleeting glimpse of the odd, high-pitched melody. Sometimes it lasted only seconds or a few minutes before vanishing again. The pattern was always there, an isolated tone drifting through the water, a message from a creature that refused to be silenced by its loneliness. Each occurrence was a quiet miracle, a brief window into a world that humans could only imagine. The sound was so pure, so separate from the usual chaos of the deep, that it seemed almost supernatural. Amid the roaring of storms, the rumble of shifting tectonic plates, and the many voices of ocean life, this one tone persisted. It was like a small island of clarity within a stormy sea, a single point of stability in ocean's endless chaos. It was a reminder that even when everything else is muffled, some voices continue to call, silent, distant, resolute. In time, the researchers' fascination deepened into emotional attachment. Many began to see the whale not just as a biological mystery but as a symbol of resilience, a creature that refused to give up its song, even when the world around it was deaf. Its call was a testament to survival, to persistence, and, perhaps, to hope. It was an expression of life, loud and clear in the vast silence, telling all who listened that existence is a form of communication, no matter how disconnected we may feel. Nothing about this creature has been confirmed visually, and perhaps it never will be. Its true form, if it exists at all, remains hidden beneath layers of water and darkness. But that doesn't diminish the power of its song. If anything, it elevates the mystery into something almost sacred, a voice that persists beyond sight, beyond understanding, beyond certainty. It is a whisper in the deep, a song that travels further than any eye can see. Scientists continue to listen, year after year, hoping for some glimpse, some sign of this lonely being. They search the vast oceans, planting sensors, analyzing data, and dreaming of the day they might find its shape or its home. Yet, much like the song itself, some things remain forever out of reach, lingering in the shadows of the deep. The ocean keeps its secrets close, refusing to reveal all its stories at once. And so, the call echoes on, a solitary thread woven into the fabric of the world's mysteries. It is a song of loneliness, yes, but also of resilience. A reminder that in the vast darkness, life finds a way to persist, to call out and to hope. The 52 Hertz Whale exists in that space, a whisper in the infinite silence. It is both a question and an answer, a symbol of the universe's stubborn, endless longing for connection. In the quiet moments before sleep, when the mind drifts into the gentle darkness of dreams, that lonely call remains. It is a lullaby from the deep, whispering softly through the waves, reminding us that even in solitude, there is beauty. Even in silence, there is life. And somewhere, in the vast, mysterious ocean, the song continues persistent, unwavering, forever unheard by those it seeks. The sound that no other whale seemed able to hear led to a decades-long quest to track its source through the endless expanses of the Pacific Ocean. This quest began in the late 1980s when the voices of the deep were first captured not by marine biologists, but by the ears of the U.S. Navy. During the tense days of the Cold War, the Navy deployed a sophisticated network of underwater microphones, known as SOSUS, Sound Surveillance System, originally designed to detect enemy submarines lurking beneath the waves. Among the hum of submarines and the background noise of the ocean, scientists began to notice something unusual: a consistent, haunting tone at 52 Hz. It was a frequency too high for blue whales and fin whales, the giants whose songs usually vibrated at much lower pitches. This discovery stunned the scientists who analyzed the data at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution. Their first recordings came in 1989, followed by signals recorded the following years in 1990 and 1991. Each recording confirmed the presence of a solitary voice traveling across the ocean at a pitch unlike any other whale species. The frequency was persistent and unique, giving rise to the enigma that would come to be known simply as the 52 Hertz whale. It was remarkable not just for its sound, but for the mystery behind it, because despite the clarity of its voice, no one had ever seen the whale that made it. In 1992, after the Cold War ended, the U.S. Navy declassified some of its anti-submarine recordings, allowing scientists access to this treasure trove of oceanic sound. This marked the beginning of more open research focused on tracking this mysterious whale. By following the calls picked up by an array of hydrophones spread across the North Pacific, researchers began to chart its migrations, the routes it traveled year after year as it journeyed alone through the immense blue wilderness. The paths traced by its singular voice stretched from the Aleutian Islands in the north to the coasts of California in the south. The whale swam alone, traversing between 30 and 70 kilometers daily, covering hundreds to thousands of kilometers each season. Remarkably, it seemed healthy and thriving, despite its isolation and the oddity of its call. This extraordinary journey made clear that the whale was not only alive but enduring, following a pattern much like that of blue whales, yet singing at an unexplained, much higher pitch. Scientists soon realized that tracking this whale was no simple feat. The ocean's vastness is endless, and sound itself moves unpredictably underwater. It bends and bounces, refracts through layers of water with different temperatures and densities, creating acoustic shadows and tunnels that can carry a call thousands of miles, yet also obscure its exact source. Every new hydrophone array gave clues, but never a definitive answer, because while sound could travel far, seeing the creature that made it was another matter entirely. Despite the limitations, researchers developed new ways to analyze the whale's migration using the data collected from these hydrophones. The long-term acoustic records revealed that the whale returned to the same regions annually, a pattern suggesting a single individual making the solo journey year after year. However, the whale's movement did not correspond with other known whale species in the area, adding to the sense of isolation within its own kind. It was tracked as a wandering voice almost disconnected from the usual world of whale communication. The Navy's allocated resources, though advanced, were primarily focused on military surveillance, not marine biology. This meant that data releasing was slow and reactive. By the time the Navy shared the detection of the whale's calls, the whale had often moved to a new location, making it all but impossible for researchers to conduct direct field studies or visual confirmation quickly. This limitation kept the whale's physical form a mystery, as no vessel could be dispatched in time to catch a glimpse or capture images of it. Despite these challenges, passionate scientists like Bill Watkins dedicated much of their careers to tracking the 52 Hertz whale. Working at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, Watkins and his colleagues followed the whale's calls over a span of more than a decade. They documented the whale's movements meticulously and published findings that affirmed its continuous presence but lamented the absence of any physical sightings or photographic evidence. They had turned sound into their only guide, trying to map an unseen life by listening deeply to the ocean's echoes. More recent scientific efforts have enhanced whale tracking techniques. Modern arrays of hydrophones record continuous streams of data, feeding advanced software that can distinguish whale calls from other ocean noises, container ships, ocean currents, snapping shrimp, and other marine life. Artificial intelligence and machine learning now support this analysis, improving the ability to pinpoint the whale's location amid the vast aquatic soundscape and reveal behavioral patterns unseen before. Newer studies show that the 52 Hertz whale's migration covers a vast territory, stretching over thousands of kilometers. It starts its journey in the late summer and autumn months, moving from the warm waters near California northward to the colder regions near Alaska. It swims persistently against currents and through the shifting tides, its song marking a steady presence that, despite the isolation, signals survival and determination. Some scientists hypothesize the whale's unique frequency might be connected to physical anomalies or genetic variation, while others suggest hearing impairments could influence its voice. There is also speculation that the whale could possibly be deaf, calling out at a frequency it can detect, but that no other whales recognize. This would explain its apparent solitude, as communication across species depends heavily on shared auditory signals. Tracking the 52 Hertz whale has not been just about science, it has become a symbolic journey. Remote expeditions have tried to follow the calls visually, deploying sonobuoys and drone surveillance in hopes of finding the whale. Yet each expedition returns without a photograph. The whale is there, in sound, but always just out of sight. It is a ghost of the ocean, known by its song yet invisible to the eyes. The search for this whale reveals not only the difficulties of exploring the ocean but also the fragile limits of our knowledge. For the vast seas around us, much remains uncharted, unobserved, and unsolved. The whale swims paths that echo the movements of its species, yet its voice is solitary, its existence a quiet enigma beneath the waves. The more that we listen, the more we understand how little is truly known in the deep. Through hydrophones and computer models, researchers continue to study the calls recorded over the years. They analyze the sound's spectral qualities, noting that calls often come in groups lasting a few seconds each, separated by long pauses. This pattern resembles singing or calling behavior in other whales but with a distinct tempo and pitch. The vocalizations vary slightly but retain an unmistakable signature, reinforcing the belief in a single, persistent individual. Advanced acoustic techniques now allow scientists to estimate the whale's position using the time delay between signals received at different hydrophones. This precise triangulation method, coupled with deep learning algorithms, helps estimate the whale's potential location. Still, the creature remains hidden, moving swiftly beyond the grids of monitoring instruments, evading human detection despite being so loudly present in the world of sound. The 52 Hertz Whale's solitary call invites both scientific curiosity and existential reflection. As the longest monitored whale on record, it has become a symbol of endurance amid isolation, inspiring humanity to listen closely to the voices that might otherwise go unheard. It teaches us about the vastness of the oceans, the mysteries lying beneath, and the connection between life and sound that transcends sight. As hydrophones continue to listen through the decades, the whale's song remains a beacon of the unknown. Each recording is a thread in an ongoing narrative, a voice carrying through the deep, telling a story that we hope someday to hear in full, perhaps even see in form. Until then, the whale's journey continues, unobserved but unmistakable, a lonely melody in the vast, echoing sea. The ocean is vast, a realm of endless mystery and shadow, stretching beyond what the eye can see. When the strange 52 Hertz call was first detected, it set scientists on a journey, a search that would stretch across years, decades even, as they tried to follow a sound that seemed to slip through their fingers like smoke. Tracking a whisper in an immense world is no simple task. The waves roll and the tides turn, carrying sound in ways both expected and mysterious. Scientists relied on hydrophones, underwater microphones strategically placed on the ocean floor, their ears tuned to every ripple and vibration. Each recording revealed fleeting notes of a lonely song traveling across the deep, a sound that seemed to dance just out of reach of their grasp. With every detection, curiosity deepened. The call moved, tracing ancient migration routes that many other whales had traveled for millennia. From the cold waters near Alaska, gliding southward toward the coast of California, following the food and the seasons, the whale's path was real and rhythmic. Yet, it was always alone, by itself in the vast expanse, never answered by another voice. The search grew more refined as technology evolved. Scientists began to map the call's route, layering data year after year. They discovered the call did indeed stray far from the typical migration corridor of blue and fin whales, even though the singular sound was unique. This persistent pattern suggested a purposeful journey, deliberate and ongoing, as if the creature was following an ancient roadmap written in its very nature. Sometimes the signal was strong and clear, bouncing from the ocean's surface, reaching faraway detectors like a beacon. Other times, the sound faded into the cacophony of the sea, overlapping waves, distant storms, and the murmurs of countless other creatures. The ocean is alive with noise, a swirling symphony of nature's voices. Yet, the 52 Hertz song could always be teased out by those who knew how to listen. The researchers were patient, knowing that sound at sea is a language that requires time to understand. They listened through seasons, through years, through the quiet undulations of the ocean's moods. Every detected call was a thread in a larger tapestry, a map of movement, a glimpse of a solitary traveler who never ceased to send its song. Challenges abounded. The vastness of the ocean made every search a needle in a haystack. Ships equipped with sonar and sophisticated sensors could only scan limited areas at any one time. Even the most advanced underwater drones, designed to explore the depths, found themselves lost in the enormity, searching for a signal that kept moving, slipping beneath layers of never-ending blue. As the mystery deepened, so did the emotional connection. Scientists, engrossed in their work, began to feel a kinship with the solitary voice. It was more than data points and sound files, it was a presence, a heartbeat in the lonely ocean. Many spoke of the experience as haunting, an echo not just of a whale's journey, but of the human quest for belonging and understanding. Each migration season brought renewed excitement. The detection of the signature 52 Hertz call was like a message from a distant friend braving the infinite ocean. Researchers marked the dates avidly, noting every variation in length, tone, and intensity. They speculated about the creature's habits, how deep it might dive, what it might feed on, how it survived so long in solitude. Despite the advances in technology, visual confirmation remained elusive. The creature seemed to glide through the waters as a ghost might through mist, present, but unseen. Deep-sea cameras, aerial surveys, and exploratory missions often searched familiar migration routes, but the vastness of the ocean rendered every glimpse uncertain. The whale, if it was one, remained an enigma, a phantom shaped only by its song. Research teams began coordinating across continents. Collaboration blossomed as acousticians, marine biologists, and oceanographers joined forces to track the call. Sharing data and combining their equipment, they pieced together a tentative map of the whale's movements. Around the clock, networks of hydrophones listened, waiting for the faint, singular note that would confirm the whale was near. The hunt became a quiet vigil. The ocean, usually a place of great life and sound, often felt still and waiting when the whale's signature song was detected. It was a moment suspended in time, where human curiosity met nature's deepest silence. Each call seemed to carry a weight, a longing for connection that transcended species and time. Gradually, a picture formed not of a creature alone but one perhaps separated from its kind by its unique voice. The frequency of its call set it apart, a barrier that prevented interaction with other whales who called in lower tones. This solitary frequency was both a key to its mystery and a barrier to companionship. Researchers wondered if this unanswerable song was a form of communication, a message without a receiver. Like a radio transmission sent into space, it traveled through the ocean vastness with no reply. The thought was heartbreaking, the idea of a whale singing endlessly, hoping for an answer that would never come. The story of the call's journey moved beyond the laboratories and journals into the wider world. Documentaries, books, and articles told of the whale's lonely song. Its plight became a metaphor for countless human experiences being unheard, misunderstood, or isolated despite reaching out. The creature became a symbol of hope and sorrow, its song echoing the quiet voices of many. And yet, the search continued, driven by the same sound, the same mysterious call. The ocean remained vast and unpredictable. Currents shifted, storms roared, and the surface shimmered with the light of the moon and stars. In this vast expanse, the lone singer roamed, its journey a testament to survival and mystery. Scientists remained vigilant, believing that someday, new technology or luck might reveal its presence more clearly. The ocean is a world of uncovered stories, and the 52 Hertz call promised to unveil its secrets one note at a time. Each new recording was a chapter in a story still unfolding beneath the waves. This pursuit, built on sound waves and imagination, is a reminder of the ocean's enduring secrets and the lengths to which humanity will go to discover them. There is beauty and tragedy intertwined in the tale of the 52 Hertz call, a song that had captivated hearts and minds, drawing people into a deeper understanding of the unknown. As the whale's voice crossed the ocean, it left ripples not just in the water but in the hopes and dreams of those who listened. A single tone became a lifelong quest, a journey fueled by curiosity, compassion, and the unspoken desire to be heard and understood. Tonight, as waves gently roll against distant shores, the 52 Hertz call may once again glide through the dark waters. Its melody, carried on currents both slow and swift, drifts toward the hydrophones that wait faithfully. And in that delicate moment, the world listens silent and reverent to a song that is at once a mystery and a testament to life's enduring search for connection. The ocean's endless expanse is filled with invisible pathways shaped by currents, temperature layers, and underwater ridges. Sound rides these pathways, bending and twisting in ways unpredictable to human minds. It is on these acoustic highways that the 52 Hertz call journeys, traveling thousands of miles, a lone traveler on waves of water and vibration. Researchers, with patience and technology, have learned to trace these paths, piecing together a story from the faintest echoes. Each journey of the whale reveals fragments about its life, where it feeds, how it moves, and how it exists in a world silent to its unique voice. Sometimes the call climbs sharply, like a cry reaching desperately upward. At other times, it falls softly, as if resting between phrases. This distinctive melody leaves a fingerprint on the sea, one that scientists have followed, tracking the lonely singer season after season. Yet, the ocean remains a shrouded realm. Beneath its surface lies an abyss both beautiful and cruel. The whale's solitary song cuts through this vast world, but the immensity of the ocean makes every search an adventure in patience and resilience. Sonar-equipped vessels traverse routes, dipping sonar buoys into the depths, while remote underwater vehicles silently scan the dark waters. Despite this technological might, the whale evades sight, remaining a sound without form. In those rare moments when the call grows loud enough, it offers hints of the whale's distance and direction. Sophisticated arrays of hydrophones spread like a net, listening carefully to catch these moments. By comparing the time the call reaches each sensor, scientists triangulate the position of the whale, narrowing the vast search areas into manageable sections. Still, the ocean's unpredictable silence sometimes swallows the signal before confirmation. Researchers contemplate the whale's life beyond its call. What does it see? What does it feel as it journeys alone? Does it encounter others of its kind, even if their ears cannot catch its singular frequency? Does it know it's unseen, unheard by its species? The unanswered questions float like bubbles in the water, carrying a weight heavier than the oceans themselves. The whale's call is not random, it is crafted, patterned, and deliberate. It moves in sequences resembling songs, passed down perhaps through generations, preserved uniquely in this creature. This suggests a long life, a story carried on pure sound. In this way, the 52 Hertz call becomes a narrative thread linking time and space beneath the waves. Advances in technology have brought new hope for discovery. Deep learning and artificial intelligence now sift through enormous datasets of underwater recordings, detecting patterns no human could find. These tools sharpen the search, highlighting signals that would otherwise be lost in the ocean's symphony. With increased data and smarter algorithms, the hunt for the whale grows more focused and sophisticated. Some believe that future breakthroughs in oceanographic technology might capture images or video of the creature. Autonomous underwater drones, equipped with sensitive microphones and high-definition cameras, roam the depths on programmed routes. These silent watchers may one day glide alongside the whale, recording not only its song but its silhouette dancing beneath the waves. Yet the whale remains elusive, its nature a beautiful enigma. This persistence in the face of invisibility inspires both scientists and storytellers alike. The lonely voice speaks to a universal longing to be heard across the vast silences we find in our own lives. It reminds us that beneath the layers of isolation and distance, there is still a song waiting to be understood. The tale of the 52 Hertz whale has woven itself into human culture, embraced not just as a mystery but as a metaphor. A symbol for those who feel unheard in a noisy world, for those reaching out with their own unique voice. The story transcends science, it becomes a reflection on the human condition, urging us to listen more deeply, to seek connection even in the quietest places. In laboratories and universities, recording studios, and oceanographic institutes, the whale-s call has sparked a quiet revolution. It reminds humanity that the deepest wonders often exist just beyond what eyes can see. In the vastness of oceans, in the spaces we fail to fill with words or light, life perseveres through sound, an invisible testament to endurance. The ocean holds its secrets close, layered in currents both gentle and fierce. Within this immense complexity, the 52 Hertz call travels a beacon audacious enough to be heard yet elusive enough to remain a mystery. Each echo is a ripple in the great fabric of life, a silent declaration that even the loneliest song can ripple across the world. Scientists who have dedicated their careers to this pursuit feel a bond with the whale, shaped by the sound waves that connect them across incomprehensible distances. Through long nights of listening, they become part of the whale-s journey. Their work is a collaboration with nature, an act of reverence for the resilience hidden in the ocean's shadows. While the whale remains unseen, its call is unmistakable and unwavering, a pulse of life racing through the dark water. It is a song that tells a story without words, a narrative cast into the sea that continues to unfold. It invites us to listen, to imagine, and to dream of a creature whose voice is both a mystery and a miracle. And so the search persists, as patient as the tides and as enduring as the waves. The ocean is vast, its depths uncharted, but the song of the 52 Hertz whale continues, an eternal echo that invites connection beyond the bounds of sight and sound. The call of the 52 Hertz whale echoes through the ocean not just as a signal, but as a profound representation of isolation and longing. With every note that reverberates in the water, one cannot help but wonder about the nature of existence in such overwhelming solitude. What does it mean to be a creature so unique, so different in voice, that it cannot find kinship with others? The ocean is not just a home, it is a vast cathedral of silence where this singular song plays endlessly. This distinctive frequency places the whale outside the circle of traditional whale communication. It is as though the creature speaks a language no one else understands. In the animal kingdom, communication is vital. It's the key to locating food, signaling danger, navigating vast expanses, and forming bonds. For this whale, the usual feedback loop is broken. Its message floats unanswered, a beautiful cry lost amidst the waves. The biology behind its unique call continues to puzzle scientists. Whales produce sounds through specialized vocal cords and air sacs, shaped by thousands of years of evolution. Their voices are finely tuned to their species' needs, size, and environment. The 52 Hertz whale-s voice, remarkably higher pitched than expected for its size, suggests a physical anomaly. It could be unnatural, a genetic mutation that altered its vocal anatomy, or perhaps an entirely new species within the deepest shadow. Some posit that the whale may be a hybrid, the offspring of two different species, perhaps a blue whale crossing paths with a fin whale. Such mating is rare and can produce unexpected traits, including vocal characteristics that don't match either parent. If this is true, the whale-s unique call might be a natural consequence of such crossing, placing it outside the social realms of its closest relatives. Another theory is that the whale's hearing might be compromised or different, causing it to produce calls at frequencies it alone can perceive. Hearing shapes communication. If the whale hears only certain pitches, it naturally calls within those bounds. This hearing difference could isolate it by default, an invisible barrier caused by biology itself. It would explain why no other whale responds. Yet, despite these barriers, the whale survives, a silent wanderer noted for its endurance. It navigates endless miles alone, feeding and living as nature intended. Its solo journey through dark waters illustrates resilience and adaptation. It sings its song not for company but because it is born of instinct and survival. It calls because it must. The ocean itself is a maze of complexity where sound behaves unpredictably. Factors such as temperature gradients, salinity, and underwater topography influence how sound travels. Some areas act as acoustic highways, allowing sound to reach distant receivers, while others create shadows where sounds vanish. Understanding this intricate soundscape is central to interpreting the whale's song and tracing its path. As technology advances, so does our ability to understand these acoustic environments. New networks of hydrophones, deployed on sea floors around the world, create detailed maps of ocean sound. Researchers integrate these data with satellite tracking and environmental monitoring to gain a fuller picture of the whale's world. Still, the whale remains elusive, its physical form masked by the bounds of the sea. The whale's call has become more than a scientific curiosity, it is a muse inspiring stories of loneliness, perseverance, and hope. Artists, writers, and musicians have found symbolism in its song, a lonely voice in an immense world, representative of the struggle to be heard and understood. This narrative resonates deeply because it speaks not just about whales, but about the shared experience of feeling disconnected. Human culture has embraced this mysterious singer from the sea, casting it as the loneliest whale in the world. This epithet brings with it both sorrow and admiration. It honors the whale's solitary journey as a testament to endurance while highlighting the deep impact of isolation. We see in the whale what it means to reach out in silence and hope for recognition. Some have wondered if the whale's song reaches other hidden listeners, the possibility of others like it, perhaps separated by distance or frequency but connected in their uniqueness. Recent studies have suggested that there might be more than one high-frequency whale call, hinting at a small population or relatives sharing similar traits. If true, the whale's story shifts from loneliness to subtle companionship. The realization that this call has been detected for more than 3 decades adds to its poignancy. The whale's longevity suggests a resilient survivor living through changing oceans, expanding human activity, warming seas, and noisy environments. Its song beats on through these changes, a thread of continuity in a world of flux. Research teams remain hopeful that continued listening and advances in underwater technology will eventually reveal the whale in full. Perhaps someday, when a fleet of autonomous drones patrols the depths, when acoustic signals are mapped in real time, the whale's silhouette will emerge. Until then, all that exists is the haunting sound, traveling through watery corridors, inviting us to imagine its unseen voyage. The call persists, a testament to life where sound replaces vision, and connection is made through persistence and hope. It teaches us that even in the profoundest silence, a voice can resonate, creating bonds across distance and species. In the quiet moments before sleep, the whale's song becomes a lullaby of resilience, carrying a message that in solitude, there is still strength. Through those tones lies a narrative written not with words, but with longing, It is a call to listen more deeply, not just to whales, but to the silent struggles that echo in human hearts. The whale sings for connection, for survival, and for the beauty found in persistence. It reminds us that every voice matters, even the one that seems most alone. And so, beneath the moonlit waves, the 52 Hertz call drifts onward. Its melody intertwines with the swell and sigh of ocean tides, a timeless thread woven into the fabric of the deep. For those who listen, it becomes a story of mystery, endurance, and the quiet power of a single, solitary song. The ocean's depths hold countless mysteries, but few capture the imagination like the elusive 52 Hertz whale. For more than 30 years, this creature's persistent, solitary call has echoed through the vast Pacific, marking the course of a life lived in remarkable isolation. Tracking it across thousands of kilometers reveals not just a route, but a story of endurance and survival in one of Earth's most challenging environments. As the seasons pass, the whale's song tells a tale of migration, feeding, and survival. Unlike many whales who travel in pods, this singular voice maps a solitary journey. Following the call from the frigid waters off Alaska, down through the temperate currents towards California, scientists see a pattern, a rhythm of life that continues uninterrupted. The whale moves with purpose, weaving a silent narrative beneath the waves. The tools used to follow this journey have grown increasingly sophisticated. Underwater microphones, or hydrophones, are positioned on the sea floor, at strategic points to catch the faintest sounds drifting through the ocean. These instruments capture more than just whale calls. They register storms, ship engines, and the chorus of marine life. Yet, amid this bustling underwater soundscape, the 52 Hertz call remains distinct, ringing out with clear, haunting resonance. Scientists decipher the whale's movements by analyzing the time and intensity of calls captured by different hydrophones. This technique, called triangulation, offers clues to the whale's position, even though no eyes have ever seen it. Each ping is a marker on a vast, unseen map, tracing a route that alternates between feeding grounds and colder, safer waters. The whale's solitary path raises profound questions. Why does it travel alone? Is it shunned by others because of its unique voice? Theories abound. Some believe it may be unable to communicate with others, trapped within a frequency only it can hear. Others suggest it may be a hybrid, or an individual with a physical anomaly affecting its voice. Yet, none fully explain the whale's apparent solitude. Despite the mystery, the whale's persistent call is a symbol of survival. Even without the companionship of a pod, it journeys across oceans, a lone wanderer navigating currents and seasons. Its song becomes both a beacon and a safety net, a way to mark its presence in a world too vast for one voice to fill. Over the years, scientists have refined their techniques to better understand and locate this singular whale. Deep learning algorithms now sift through vast acoustic datasets, spotting such unique calls faster and with greater accuracy. This marriage of technology and nature has opened new possibilities, promising someday to reveal more about the whale's life and fate. The story of the 52 Hertz whale extends beyond science. It has resonated deeply with people around the world, inspiring books, documentaries, and art. Its lonely call acts as a metaphor for human emotions: loneliness, longing, and the search for connection amid silence. Its voice speaks not just to marine biologists but to anyone who has ever felt alone. The whale's journey is one of quiet endurance, a testament to life's resilience. It reminds us that even in vast isolation, the urge to communicate and persist can never be silenced. This voice, traveling through cold water and dark depths, is a symbol of hope, a reminder that solitude does not equal invisibility. Scientists hope that new technology may soon capture the whale in a way never done before. Autonomous underwater vehicles glide silently beneath the surface, equipped with cameras and microphones. Satellite data aids researchers in mapping sea surface temperatures and currents, helping them predict where the whale may travel next. These advances inch us closer to seeing the unseen. Each year, the whale's call brings renewed anticipation to the scientific community. Hydrophones record its familiar frequency, signaling the continuation of a unique life story. These recurring sounds connect past with present, echoing decades of discovery and unanswered questions about this mysterious traveler. The ocean's harsh environments challenge all creatures, and the 52 Hertz Whale's survival story is exceptional. It navigates waters filled with predators, pollution, and human activity, adapting and enduring. Its song traverses areas where shipping lanes, fishing nets, and sonar pulses complicate the acoustic environment, yet it continues to call out, uninterrupted and pure. The whale's song also shapes scientific knowledge. Understanding why it calls at 52 Hz improves insight into whale vocalization, hearing capabilities, and communication barriers. It challenges assumptions about species interaction, individuality, and longevity in marine mammals, encouraging researchers to explore new paradigms in ocean ecology. For the public, the whale serves as an emotional symbol, drawing attention to ocean conservation and the hidden lives beneath the waves. Its perseverance in the face of isolation encourages empathy and appreciation for the complexities of marine life. This unknown singer reminds us of the ocean's fragility and the importance of protecting these silent ecosystems. The 52 Hertz Whale's call is a bridge between worlds, between science and art, loneliness and connection, the seen and the unseen. It invites listeners to ponder the vastness around us and the quiet voices that fill it. In the stillness of the ocean, this extraordinary song continues, a beacon where mystery and life converge under the endless sky. The ocean is a vast, ever-changing world, its surface shimmering with sunlight by day and cloaked in luminous darkness by night. Below this surface lies a realm of mystery, where creatures of unimaginable size and complexity move in a silent symphony. Amid this expanse, the 52 Hertz Whale continues its solitary voyage, a ghostly presence marked only by its unique, haunting call. Despite advances in technology, the whale has never been visually confirmed. Its elusive nature reveals the immense challenges facing the deep ocean. Cameras, equipped on ships or autonomous vehicles, capture glimpses of ordinary marine life, schools of fish, pods of dolphins, even the occasional humpback whale, but the 52 Hertz Whale remains a phantom. It seems to exist only in sound, a voice without form. The vastness of the ocean presents a constant challenge for researchers who dedicate their lives to uncovering its secrets. The deep ocean covers 70% of Earth's surface, much of it is unexplored and impenetrable. In these depths, visibility is nearly impossible. Light fades rapidly, and murky waters conceal even the largest creatures. This expansive darkness allows a solitary whale to traverse thousands of miles without ever being seen. Moreover, the ocean is a place where sound travels differently than in air. Layers of varying temperature and salinity bend sound waves, creating acoustic shadows and zones where hearing is possible or silenced. The whale's high-frequency call can travel great distances but may also be muffled or refracted depending on these oceanic layers. This makes pinpointing the whale's exact location a complex task akin to following a ripple on a stormy sea. Research expeditions have tried to locate the whale visually but have been thwarted by these physical limitations. Cameras lowered deep into the ocean are limited in range. Drones provide aerial perspectives but are constrained by weather, daylight, and the sheer scale of the sea. Ships, no matter how advanced, cannot cover the enormous areas where the whale may swim at any given moment, often many kilometers offshore. The invisible nature of this creature challenges more than scientific methods, it challenges human perception. We rely heavily on sight to validate existence. To know something is real, we expect to see it. But here, the whale flips this expectation. It asserts its presence through sound alone, forcing us to listen differently, to accept the unseen through its echo. It teaches us new ways to connect to reality, to nature, and to each other. The absence of visual confirmation has fueled myth and wonder. The 52 Hertz whale has become a legend, a symbol of mystery and persistence. Poets and filmmakers have stitched tales around its call, imagining the creature as a tormented soul or a lonely voyager seeking companionship. This cultural embrace highlights how stories rooted in the unknown can evoke deep, universal emotions. Yet, from a biological perspective, the lack of sighting invites intense study. What kind of whale makes such a distinct call? Most large whales are well documented, their behaviors mapped, their forms captured by photographs and film. The anomaly demands explanations, whether the whale is a hybrid with unusual vocal traits, an individual with a damaged larynx, or a member of a hidden population. Marine biologists hypothesize that the whale's inability to be seen stems partly from its solitary behavior. Social species tend to move in pods, increasing the chance of discovery. Solitary whales, by contrast, avoid the collective patterns that make tracking easier. Alone, the 52 Hertz whale may evade not only other whales but also human detection, using the ocean's vastness as a cloak. The whale's habitat overlaps busy marine routes yet remains outside the range of typical observation. Shipping lanes, commercial fishing zones, and undersea cables crisscross much of its journey. These human activities introduce noise pollution, disrupting ocean acoustics and potentially masking the whale's calls. This background noise complicates the task of distinguishing its singular voice from the cacophony of man-made sounds. In addition to noise pollution, environmental threats loom. Climate change alters ocean temperatures and currents, shifting the distribution of prey species and forcing whales to adapt migratory behaviors. Pollution and habitat degradation further strain marine life. The 52 Hertz whale's long survival through decades of change suggests an extraordinary resilience, but its future remains uncertain. Despite these challenges, the whale's song continues to travel vast distances, honored by scientists dedicated to preserving its legacy. Hydrophone networks deployed globally form a vigilant ear to the sea. These underwater listening stations provide streams of data relayed to analysis centers, where researchers pore over the noise to isolate the unmistakable tone that defines the whale's presence. While direct sightings have not yet succeeded, new technologies offer hope. Autonomous underwater vehicles equipped with sonar and high-definition cameras extend human reach into remote and deep ocean regions. Advances in satellite imaging and machine learning promise to improve predictions of animal locations and behaviors, increasing chances of visual encounters. Soon, the elusive whale's silent silhouette may be captured. The story of the unseen whale also invites reflection on the nature of existence and perception. In a world dominated by visual media, it asks us to embrace other senses. Hearing becomes a bridge to the unseen, a way to experience the ocean's depths and its inhabitants beyond the limits of sight. The whale's song, pure and solitary, resonates as a call to awareness and presence. The ocean's silence is profound, yet filled with the subtlest echoes of life. The 52 Hertz call is a reminder that beneath surface appearances lie rich, vibrant stories waiting to be heard. It encourages patience to listen and openness to wonder. The whale's journey, hidden in shadow and sound, invites us to engage with the mysteries that surround us. As waves lap gently against distant shores, the whale's song weaves through the currents, a timeless thread connecting science, mystery, and imagination. The absence of its image deepens its myth, transforming it into a symbol not just of the ocean's unknown, but of the beauty found in the unseen and unheard. The whale's voice teaches us that presence transcends visibility. For those who follow it, the whale is a beacon in the deep, a solitary traveler whose song carries hope and resilience. Its invisibility does not diminish its reality but amplifies its significance. The ocean keeps its secrets close, but the 52 Hertz call continues to pierce the depths, bridging the space between what we know and what we long to discover. Theories about the 52 Hertz whale swirl like currents beneath the ocean's surface, each one offering a glimpse into the enigma of its unique voice. Scientists and enthusiasts alike have grappled with understanding the origins of this solitary call, piecing together clues from biology, acoustics, and behavior to form ideas that straddle the lines between fact and mystery. Each theory attempts to illuminate the unseen being that sings alone, its voice echoing across the vast Atlantic. One of the most prevalent scientific ideas is that the whale is a hybrid, perhaps the unlikely offspring of a blue whale and a fin whale. Both species share migratory routes and habitats, and their calls are formations within similar acoustic ranges, though the 52 Hertz frequency is far higher than typical for either. Such hybridization could explain the anomalous pitch, representing a vocal trait inherited from mixed parentage rather than a deformity or new species entirely. This hybrid theory paints a picture of an animal caught between worlds, belonging to no single species but embodying characteristics of both. It would have vocal cords shaped differently, producing sounds that differ markedly from the norms. Such an individual might struggle to communicate with either parent species, leading to its solitary existence. In a social environment built on shared vocal languages, difference can mean isolation. Alternatively, some researchers propose that the whale's distinctive call results from a physical anomaly, a congenital deformity affecting its vocal cords or larynx. This malformation might cause it to produce higher-pitched sounds that are unlike those of other whales. Such physical differences could arise from genetic mutation, injury, or developmental abnormalities. This hypothesis resonates with the tragic idea of an individual marked by difference, singing a song that none can hear. This physical anomaly theory suggests the whale has adapted to live with its unique voice, accepting its altered nature as part of survival in the wild. It might have developed behaviors that differentiate it from others or modified its habits to suit its vocal constraints. This theory brings a poignant aspect to its story, the beauty of life persisting even when out of harmony with its surroundings. Another compelling theory speculates that the 52 Hertz whale may be partially or fully deaf, producing calls at frequencies within its own hearing range, unable to match the calls of others. If the whale cannot hear others, or it's incapable of hearing itself fully, it could be effectively isolated by its own senses. This would explain why no reply ever comes to its song, even if others are near. The whale's call becomes a solitary message cast into impossible silence. Hearing impairment, if true, paints a powerful picture of persistence, a creature singing in a frequency only it recognizes, continuing its song regardless of silence. This theory emphasizes the whale's resilience, a voice carried by instinct, sustained by the drive to communicate even in the absence of response. It invites empathy for a life lived in acoustic solitude. Yet another possibility is that the 52 Hertz whale represents a previously unknown species, perhaps one yet to be classified by science. This prospect is as thrilling as it is uncertain. The ocean is vast, and newer species of marine mammals are occasionally discovered, often small or elusive. The idea that this whale might be a member of such an unknown species opens a door to the mysteries still hidden in the blue depths. If it were a new species, the whale's unique call would be a defining signature, a sonic fingerprint differentiating it from known whales. Its behavior, migration, and biology might be radically different, adapted to special conditions or ecological niches. This notion expands our understanding of ocean biodiversity and the possibility of life still concealed beneath waves. Some researchers consider the whale as an individual exhibiting atypical vocal behavior within a known species. Like humans, whales can display unique voices or accents. The 52 Hertz whale might simply have an individual voice outside the accepted range of its species, an anomaly rather than a hybrid or new species. This kind of vocal individualism is rare but potentially natural, akin to an artist singing in an unknown key. Vocal individuality within a species introduces the idea of personality and diversity in whale communication. The whale's song becomes not only a signal but a personal expression, a voice distinct in tone and rhythm. It challenges the concept of uniform communication, suggesting that whales too may carry unique voices that enrich their social fabric. There is also speculation about the whale's social behavior. It could be an outcast, unable to join a pod due to its atypical call. Social animals rely on communication for cohesion and survival. A mismatch in calls might lead to exclusion. Isolation, then, is not only a product of physical differences but social consequence, weaving biology with behavior into a complex story. This social estrangement adds a deeply emotional layer to the story. The whale as an outsider, singing unheard, embodies themes of solitude and yearning. It walks a path of loneliness echoed by many creatures and humans alike, seeking connection yet denied by circumstance or nature. It becomes a symbol for those who feel alienated, voicing their stories through its plaintive song. Despite these theories, the true nature of the 52 Hertz whale remains unproven, inviting continuous exploration. Each hypothesis enriches the narrative, weaving together science, mystery, and empathy. The whale continues to sing on, a living question shaping how we understand voice, identity, and belonging in the natural world. The diversity of theories reflects the complex nature of ocean life and the limits of human knowledge. Our tools and imaginations together reach toward the depths, striving to uncover the reality hidden within a single, extraordinary frequency. This quest moves beyond data, touching the essential mystery of connection and isolation, a theme as old as life itself. Theories surrounding the 52 Hertz call remind us that the ocean is not a monolith but a complex web of life, adaptable, varied, and full of surprises. Each new recording reshapes our understanding, sometimes confirming assumptions and other times forcing us to rethink. The whale's song plays like a puzzle piece in a vast, ever-changing mosaic. The 52 Hertz whale invites scientists to question fundamental ideas about communication, social behavior, and individual variation. It highlights the intricacies of acoustic ecology and opens doors to new hypotheses about marine mammals lives beneath the waves. This ongoing inquiry enhances our appreciation for evolution's marvels and nature's adaptability. At the heart of these theories is a respect for the whale's persistence, a creature continuing its journey alone, its song a voice that refuses to be silenced. This endurance inspires not only scientific curiosity but profound admiration. It reminds humanity of the power of survival, hope, and the innate desire to connect. The whale's mysterious existence also sparks broader reflections about loneliness and belonging across species. It challenges us to consider how communication shapes relationships, both in humans and animals. In an age crowded with noise, this silent singer calls us back to attentive listening. The allure of the whale's story lies not only in the unknown but in the deeply human emotions it evokes. Whether a hybrid, an anomaly, or a species yet undiscovered, the 52 Hertz whale transcends its mystery to become a timeless symbol of the search for voice and presence. Each theory enriches this enduring legend. It is a story that continues to unfold beneath the waves, a voice carried on currents of discovery, longing, and wonder. The theories form a chorus of possibilities, inviting us to listen closely, to imagine deeply, and to honor a solitary song still echoing across the deep, dark ocean. The 52 Hertz whale, a creature of mystery and solitude, has resonated far beyond the realm of marine biology, touching the hearts of people worldwide. Its solitary song echoes not only through the ocean's depths but through human culture as well. More than a scientific enigma, the whale has become a symbol, a living metaphor for loneliness, resilience, and the universal yearning for connection. This whale's story appeals deeply to human emotion because it mirrors experiences common to many. In a world filled with billions of voices, how often do we feel unheard or isolated? Like the whale, many reach out with their own unique voices, singing songs others struggle to hear or understand. The whale's song, traveling at 52 Hertz outside the range others recognize, embodies the ache of being different, yet persistent in seeking connection. Artists, poets, and musicians have embraced this metaphor, creating works inspired by the whale's lonely melody. Its story has inspired songs that speak of solitude and hope, paintings that depict oceans vast and empty save for a solitary figure, and poems that explore the paradox of isolation and survival. These artistic expressions reflect the whale's powerful impact as a symbol of the human condition. Communities online and in cultural spaces have rallied around the whale's story, celebrating it as emblematic of the misunderstood and the solitary. In forums, blogs, and social media groups, people share their own stories of feeling like the loneliest creature in the world, finding comfort and kinship in the whale's persistent call. This collective empathy bridges species, blurring lines between human and animal experience. The whale's narrative is a source of inspiration for many who navigate feelings of alienation, from young adults struggling to find their place, to anyone who has ever felt isolated in a crowd. Its voice becomes a lighthouse, guiding those adrift in their own solitude. The idea that a creature continues to sing despite the silence around it becomes an emblem of hope and strength. There is a profound beauty in the whale's resilience, a silent reminder that to be heard is a fundamental desire, and even when unheard, the act of calling remains powerful. This resonates with the human spirit, encouraging people to express their truths, even when the world seems indifferent. The whale's song encourages courage in vulnerability. Educational programs and documentaries have further spread the whale's story, using it as a tool to discuss broader issues: ocean conservation, the impact of noise pollution on marine life, and the importance of listening to voices often drowned out. The whale functions as a compelling figure for environmental advocacy, connecting emotional storytelling with scientific cause. Through its tale, the whale fosters a deeper appreciation of the ocean's complexity and fragility. Its lonely song reminds us that beneath the surface of nature's grandeur lie struggles and stories yearning to be recognized. The whale's journey encourages a shift from human-centered perspectives to ones of empathy and stewardship. In literature and film, the 52 Hertz whale often represents the outsider who continues to hope and persevere. Its song becomes a poetic metaphor for all who show resilience in the face of loneliness: the artists, the dreamers, the quiet fighters who move unseen but whose voices persist. It is a symbol of the beauty and tragedy intertwined in isolation. Some have even used the whale's story as a paradox of hope, that although the whale's call remains unanswered in the ocean depths, it has found a response in human hearts worldwide. The very act of listening to this mysterious voice becomes an act of solidarity, showing that to hear is to connect beyond language and species. The whale's cultural significance grows with every retelling, deepening its place as a symbol of endurance and the search for belonging. This widespread human connection transcends scientific study, transforming an underwater mystery into a shared human experience. The whale becomes, in a profound way, both a creature of the sea and of the human soul. This emotional bond invites us to consider communication beyond words and sounds, expanding to include presence, intention, and vulnerability. The whale's call, so unique, so isolated, reminds us that every voice matters, and that connection can exist even in the absence of perfect understanding. Those who advocate for the whale and ocean life alike use its story to inspire action and awareness. The lonely whale serves as an ambassador for the unseen and unheard, calling attention to the challenges faced by many marine species in a changing, noisy world. Its song is a call to listen, to protect, to understand, and to respect the diverse voices of the natural world. Its presence in art and advocacy unites disparate worlds: science and emotion, nature and culture, isolation and community. The whale's narrative encourages us to embrace differences and persist in expressing identity, no matter the odds. It becomes a symbol of personal and collective perseverance, urging society to foster spaces where unique voices are heard and valued. The whale's story inspires a quiet revolution of listening, a call to slow down, to pay attention to those voices that are often overlooked in our environment and within ourselves. It challenges modern life's pace and noise, asking us to find stillness amidst chaos, and to recognize the power in seemingly solitary songs. In embracing the whale's narrative, many find not just sadness but also profound hope. Its enduring song in the ocean's depths becomes a reminder that life thrives in resilience, that connection transcends distance and silence, and that even the most solitary voices can resonate deeply across vast spaces. This cultural embracing of the 52 Hertz whale enriches the conversation about loneliness, belonging, and identity in the natural world. It serves as a reminder that all creatures, including humans, share the fundamental need to be heard and understood, a need that sustains life itself. The quest to better understand the 52 Hertz whale has never ceased, evolving alongside advances in science and technology. Each year, new tools expand the reach of researchers, allowing them to listen more deeply and broadly to the ocean's secrets. Hydrophone networks, once sparse and limited, now blanket vast swaths of the sea floor, capturing the chorus of marine life with increasing fidelity. These listening arrays transmit vast amounts of acoustic data to shore, where sophisticated algorithms and artificial intelligence sift through noise to identify every call, click, and song. The 52 Hz call, unique and unmistakable, stands out clearly among the natural and man-made noises that fill the oceans. This digital precision brings researchers ever closer to tracking the whale's true path and behaviors. In addition to passive listening, scientific teams have deployed autonomous underwater vehicles capable of actively scanning wide areas, seeking to capture visual evidence to complement acoustic data. These drones, equipped with cameras and sonar, glide silently beneath the waves, following subtle clues left in the water to identify creatures large and small. The hope is that one day soon, one of these vehicles will witness the elusive whale directly. Satellite technology also plays a role, providing environmental data such as sea surface temperatures, chlorophyll concentrations, and current patterns. By integrating these with acoustic detections, scientists can better understand how environmental factors influence the whale's movements and feeding grounds. Such holistic approaches deepen understanding of both the whale and the ocean ecosystem. New discoveries in marine bioacoustics show that many whale species communicate and navigate using complex sound signals. Understanding these communications requires long-term data collection and innovative analysis techniques, both of which studies of the 52 Hertz whale have helped to pioneer. In doing so, this solitary voice drives broader advances in ocean research. Some recent investigations have uncovered the possibility that more than one whale may call at or near the 52 Hz frequency, suggesting a small population or relatives sharing similar characteristics. This revelation could reshape the narrative from a single lonely whale to a hidden group living on the fringes of known species. Such a finding would open thrilling new chapters in marine biology. Meanwhile, collaborations between international research institutions foster the sharing of data, ideas, and resources. These partnerships enhance the global monitoring of whale populations, allowing more rapid responses to unusual acoustic detections, including the 52 Hz call. The whale's frequency now serves as a key focus in tracking changes in ocean health and animal behavior worldwide. Scientists have also explored how human activity affects whale communication. Noise pollution from shipping, military sonar, and offshore drilling disrupts marine soundscapes, masking calls and interfering with natural behavior. The 52 Hz whale's persistent song amid increasing noise raises questions about how it navigates such challenges and whether its unique frequency offers some acoustic refuge. Through ongoing research, the whale's call becomes a valuable indicator of oceanic noise pollution levels and their impact on marine mammals. Its study highlights the need for conservation measures aimed at preserving acoustic habitats, quiet zones vital for whale communication and survival. This environmental focus links the whale's story to pressing ecological concerns. Public outreach plays a vital role in this continuing journey. Documentaries, interactive websites, and educational programs inform and engage audiences across the globe, turning the whale's story into a shared cultural experience. Through this, the whale's call goes beyond scientific circles, sparking a collective desire to listen carefully and protect the fragile voices of the ocean. Some research groups have engaged citizen scientists in the search, inviting volunteers to analyze acoustic data, identify whale calls, and contribute to discoveries. This democratization of science broadens participation and awareness, making the whale's story a communal effort. It fosters a global network united by curiosity and care for the ocean's hidden lives. As sensors and analytical tools grow more sophisticated, scientists hope to soon capture visual confirmation of the whale's identity and learn more about its behavior, diet, and social interactions. There is profound excitement that this shadowy figure, whose voice has inspired so much fascination, will reveal itself and broaden humanity's understanding of marine life. The anticipation builds within the research community, as every new acoustic detection carries the possibility of deeper insight. With each passing year of observation, the 52 Hertz whale becomes less of a mystery and more of a guide leading us toward new ways to study and protect the ocean's diverse inhabitants. This ongoing hunt exemplifies the intersection of technology and nature, where human ingenuity meets the wild unknown. It is a reminder that exploration is far from over, even in an age of satellites and submarines. The ocean still holds secrets as profound as the whale's unique song, waiting patiently to be unveiled by those who listen closely. In the stillness of the deep sea, the whale's song continues to travel, a living thread connecting past discoveries with future breakthroughs. It embodies persistence not only of a creature living apart but of the scientists and dreamers who follow its call, weaving together data, hope, and imagination. The 52 Hertz whale urges us to listen carefully, not only to the sounds of the ocean but also to the subtle calls from the world around us, the whispered messages that often go unnoticed. Its story is an invitation to slow down, to focus, and to connect with life in all its diverse forms. Would you like me to continue building on this theme of modern scientific hope and discovery, or move next to explore the concluding reflections on the whale's lasting legacy and the echoes it leaves behind? The whale is a wondrous creature. It is a specimen of singular, mysterious life that defies easy explanation or understanding. But it is also a symbol, one that resonates deeply with humanity's universal longing for connection and understanding. The 52 Hertz whale's lonely song has traveled far beyond the ocean's depths, crossing the thresholds of science, culture, and emotion. Scientific inquiry has taken the whale's call as a beacon for discovery, pushing the limits of our technology and knowledge. As hydrophones capture billions of data points, their signals are transformed into maps revealing unseen journeys. These new technologies unlock patterns too complex for the human ear alone, showing the whale's slow migration through shifting marine environments. Autonomous underwater vehicles, equipped with cameras and sensitive sonar, glide steadily through the ocean's depths. They carry the hope of capturing the unseen, the whale's shape, its movement, its life. Satellites provide critical environmental data, offering clues about where it may travel and what conditions it prefers, weaving a comprehensive picture of its habitat and behavior. Data sharing and international cooperation have become cornerstones of this field. Collaborative networks combine diverse sources of information, improving detection rates and response times to acoustic signals. The worldwide scientific community is watching and listening, united by a shared mission to unveil the mysteries behind this singular voice. Meanwhile, the whale's call offers insight into the challenges faced by marine mammals in increasingly noisy oceans. Human noise pollution threatens the delicate acoustic balance necessary for communication, navigation, and mating. The 52 Hertz whale's awareness of, and persistence through this noisy world underscores the urgency of preserving acoustic habitats. The story of the 52 Hertz whale has crossed into popular culture, inspiring artistic and activist movements alike. It offers a narrative that bridges isolation and hope, science and empathy. People around the world have embraced the whale as more than a subject of research, seeing in it a reflection of their own desires for connection and recognition. This solitary call invites us all to listen more closely to the oceans, to the creatures that inhabit them, and to one another. It reminds us that every voice matters, and even in silence or solitude, the act of calling out holds profound meaning. The whale's song is a beacon that calls us to deeper awareness, compassion, and stewardship. The future promises continued discoveries, as advancing technologies and expanding collaborations push the frontiers of marine research. The 52 Hertz whale leads us toward new ways of seeing and hearing the ocean, enriching our understanding of life's complexity and resilience. Its legacy is one of endurance and mystery, a song that will echo through the waters and human hearts for generations to come. The whale's lonely melody persists, a timeless testament to the enduring quest for connection in a vast, often silent world. Hello, dear listeners, thank you for joining me on this journey through the deep, mysterious ocean, where the lonely song of the 52 Hertz whale continues to echo, unheard by others, yet deeply felt by all who listen closely. This whale's voice, unique and haunting, travels vast distances, alone in the dark waters, a melody woven into the fabric of the sea, a story of solitude and endurance, calling beyond sight, beyond reach, yet always present. Its song reminds us that connection is more than proximity, more than appearance. It is in the persistence of reaching out, in the hope carried on every sound wave, in the quiet courage to sing even when unacknowledged, unheard. For over 30 years, scientists and dreamers have followed this solitary voice, tracing its path from icy northern waters to warmer southern seas, a journey etched in song, a testament to survival against odds, against silence. No image or shadow of this whale has graced our eyes, yet its presence is vivid in sound, alive in data, powerful in metaphor. It teaches us to listen beyond the surface, to embrace mystery, to respect all voices, whether loud or faint. The ocean is immense, its depths hold countless secrets, but the 52 Hertz whale's song cuts through the vastness, a beacon in the dark, a call that connects us across space and time, reminding us of the beauty in difference and loneliness alike. This whale's story is a bridge between worlds, science and art, nature and human spirit, isolation and empathy. It beckons us to better understand the unseen, to cherish the unheard, and to find meaning in solitary sounds. As technology evolves, hope grows too. Hydrophones, drones, satellites, all tools to bring us closer to the whale's true form, to hear not only its song but its story, to see the life behind the call, to witness the journey made alone. The whale's call remains a symbol of resilience, a reminder that even the most solitary voice can resonate widely, inspire,